Distinct, Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. A warm welcome to meeting number 27 and the last meeting of the Gabbys Toastmaster Club. I am Toastmaster Jay Pareikh and your SAA for today's meeting. As Surgeon at Arms, it's my duty to highlight the key points of the meeting. The meeting is scheduled for 2 hours. I urge all of you to stay for the entire duration to get the maximum benefit out of it. Your video should be on and your audio should be off. Unmute yourself only when you are called upon to speak or need to speak. Regarding the topic of sex, religion, and politics, even though Toastmaster International does not put any restriction on speakers on these topics, at the Gabbys, we request all speakers and role takers to be mindful and responsible and abstain from expressing any controversial views on these sensitive topics. Our club mission is to provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered and develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Our theme for today's meeting is vestigials, central theme being what no longer serves us. Here's is a poem on this theme by Toastmaster Priya Singh. Some memories stay like soft scars, no longer aching, yet still there. Memories of a time when holding on was the only form of care. But healing teaches us different lessons. Release can also be a skill. What once protected us from breaking may be what prevents us still. With that, let us now hand over the virtuous state to the presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Samita. Toastmaster Samita Kar is a three-time Triple Crown Award winner. She has completed three pathways and regularly presents a club at area level contests. She is a dynamic soft skills trainer with a dream to empower women leaders. She boosts confidence, communications, and careers. An avid storyteller and a passionate traveler, her suitcase is full of stories from bathing elephants in Sri Lanka to exploring the ruins of Nalanda. Over to you, Toastmaster Samitakar.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Jay Parekh. Let us hear it for our Toastmaster Jay Parekh, for starting the meeting on time and his energy, bringing this meeting number 27. First of all, I declare meeting number 27 open. Today, the last meeting of this year and a very special meeting. I welcome all of you to this special meeting. Toastmasters, as you know, for the guests who are there, let me tell you a few lines about Toastmaster. This is a non-profit organization and a platform started by Dr. Ralph S. Medley. Now, today, since our meeting is special, we will be having our election. I'll continue with the meeting later. First, I will hand over the stage to our election chair, distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta, to take the meeting further. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Samita. So we will start the business meeting now, where we will have the election for the next executive committee of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. The way we will do the election is only for those positions where we have received more than one nomination. We will have an election. Otherwise, we will ask the club president or the club secretary. The club secretary is present here. Is the club secretary present?
No, she's not here. Prapurna is not here.
Okay, if the club secretary is not present, then in that case, I will request the president to cast a ceremonial vote for that particular position. For the president of the club, I would request the VP Education to cast the ceremonial vote for the president. So wherever we don't have. So I am pleased to announce that we have at least one nomination for all the 7 positions of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Only for one position, we have got 2 nominations, which is for the treasurer role. Apart from that, all the positions we have got one nomination each. So there is no election necessary for any of the 6 positions apart from the treasurer role. Only for the treasurer role we will have the nomination, we will have the election. I will explain how will we do that when we do the election for the treasurer role. So let me start with. So before we start, let me let me just explain briefly how the nomination process works. So we invite nominations from the club members, and once the nominations are received, we ratify the nomination. We verify the nomination that the nominations have come from bona fide members of the club and paid members of the club. Members who can nominate are the ones who have paid their membership in the club till March 31st, 2026 at least. That amount should be paid, and that member should be a member in good standing, which means that the club executive committee or the club should not have had taken any action against the member, barring the member from contesting elections, participating in contests, etc. I do hereby confirm that as the club liaisoning officer, I hereby confirm that I have checked the details of all the members, and all the nominated members are active members and paid members of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, District 92, Area B2. What happens after that is that we also invite for any other nomination, floor nominations. That process was also followed, where the president of the club, Toastmaster Samita Kar, had sent a mail out asking for any floor nominations, and based on that, whatever nominations we have received, we are going to conduct the election. Also, for conducting the election, we need to ensure that there is quorum. Now, in Toastmasters club constitution, quorum is defined as a simple majority, which means that at least 50% of the club, 50% plus 1 should be present in the meeting. And I hereby confirm that we have got 19 members present in the meeting from the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Our quorum requirement 21. Our quorum requirement is 30. Our total member strength is 33. Our quorum requirement is 17. We have got 19 members. For the benefit and for the records, I would call out the names of the GOAT members who are present in the meeting right now. Renu Kaushal, Samita Kar, Jai Pareikh, Sunil Gupta, Dr. Archana Prajapati, Priya Singh, Dr. Isha Roy, Saroj Rathore, Mamta Jain, Smruti Sagarika Mohanty, Meeta M. Shah, Avinav Purwar, Deepak Mishra, Amit Gupta, Gaurav Babu, Upasana Ghosh, Ashwini N., Puneet Surana, Gauri Agarwal, Prapurna AVLS, and Dr. Bindu Joseph, and Michael Joshua. So we have got 21 members present. So I hereby confirm that we have got quorum to conduct this election. Also, Toastmasters International Club Constitution. I also called out Sachin Jaiswal. If I did not, my pardons, Sachin Jaiswal as well. If, we do not need to maintain quorum during the entire election process, which means that now that the quorum is qualified, that the quorum is confirmed, we are qualified to conduct the election. So which means that even during the course of the election also we lose the quorum, the election process is still valid. Now what will happen is, for the position where we'll have an election, we will ask you to cast a vote for your favored candidate, the candidate that you want for that particular position to be elected. And a simple majority is required, which means again that out of the number of people present at that point of time, the number of people deciding to vote, majority of that. But in any which ways, 50% majority should be there. It should not be that each candidate has received six votes. What happens in that case is we conduct the election again, and we have to keep on conducting the election till the time we do not have a majority. In case we do not arrive at a conclusion today for any reason, then that particular position for which the election is being held is going to be kept unfilled and will be filled at a later date through a due process. The rest of the position will be filled up in the meanwhile. The club executive committee of the club can take a call to provisionally fill that position till the time we have got, to avoid any kind of operational or logistics difficulty. Any questions from anyone, any of the GOAT members before I start the election process? Okay, I'll take silence as a no, and I'll start. So the way we do the election is we start from the top. the first position for which we will have the first position that is up for election right now is the president of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. We have received one nomination for this particular position, which is from the current president of the club, Toastmaster Samita Kar. And that is the only nomination that we have received. So no election is required for this particular position. I would request the club BP Education to cast one ceremonial vote to ratify the appointment of the president, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Yeah, I accept that. Her as the president.
Thank you. Okay. Now, let me move on to the next position, which is Toastmaster, which is for the VP Education of the club. We have received only one nomination again for the VP Education of the club, which is from the current VP Education of the club, Toastmaster Renu Kaushal. We have not received any floor nominations or any additional nomination for this position. I would request, therefore, Toastmaster Samita Kar, the president of the club, to cast one ceremonial vote to confirm the ratification and appointment of Toastmaster Renu Kaushal as the VP Education of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club.
I cast my vote for VP Education for Renu Kaushal.
Thank you. We'll move on. VP membership. We have received only one nomination for the VP membership position from the current VP membership of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, which is Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal. Since we have received again only one nomination, no election is necessary for this position. I would request Toastmaster Samita Kar, as the secretary, join. Prapurna, are you there? Are you in a position to be on camera and participate? Okay, I'll take that as a no. We'll continue with.
Yeah,
No, I think you're
I'm
on the.
there. I can't be on camera.
No, let it be. Then Samita will do the ceremonial votes. Yeah, no problem. Please
Okay.
continue to be there. Yeah. Toastmaster Samita, may I request you to cast one ceremonial vote for Toastmaster Gauri Agarwal as the VP membership of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club for the term January to June 2026.
I cast my vote for Gauri Agarwal.
Thank you. We'll move on. This is for the secretary of the club. For the secretary of the club, we have received one nomination from Toastmaster. We'll move on to the VP PR, VP Public Relations. My apologies. For VP Public Relations, we have received only one nomination again from Toastmaster Prapurna AVLS, who is currently the club secretary. And the nomination received is for the position of VP PR of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club for the term January to June 2026. Since we have received only one nomination, I would again request Toastmaster Samita Kar, our club president, to cast one ceremonial vote.
I cast my vote for Prapurna, Toastmaster Prapurna.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to the position of the club secretary. For the club secretary, again, we have received only one nomination. This is from Toastmaster Malti Ponnaya for the position of club secretary for the term January to June 2026 for the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Since we have received only one nomination, I would request Toastmaster Samita Kar, the president of the club, to cast one ceremonial vote to confirm the appointment of Toastmaster Malti as the club secretary.
I cast my vote for Toastmaster Malti.
Thank you. Okay, so now we will move on to the election of one position, as I said, which is the treasurer. For that, Nancy, can you please create a poll on this one on the Zoom poll, and do one thing, except for the Gabbys members, make everyone else a co-host, so that only the Gabbys members only the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club members can vote. Rest of the members should be made a co-host.
The Gabbys members are to be made a co-host, right?
No. Except for the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club members, except for the GOAT members, rest every other member will be made a co-host. Because co-hosts and hosts can't vote, only the Gabbys Online, only the GOAT members will be able to vote, to ensure that the GOAT members can vote and non-GOAT members can vote. Except for the Gabbys members, every other member, every other meeting attendee right now should be made a co-host just for the purpose of this voting. Okay. As you do that, I will just read out the nomination. I've already pinged you the names. I will read out the nomination and I will read out the introduction of the two candidates. The nominations that we have received are from Toastmaster Swati Gupta and from Toastmaster Puneet Surana. I hereby read out the nominations of both the candidates that we have received. First, so Toastmaster guidelines, club constitution guidelines state us to read out the nomination in alphabetical order of the first name of the candidates contesting for the election. Alphabetical order of the first name is Puneet Surana and Swati Gupta in this order. So here we go. Toastmaster Puneet Surana has been a Toastmaster of over 20 years, serving in multiple leadership roles, including Sergeant at Arms, VP Education Subcommittee member, and Speechcraft lead, and is currently part of the Leadership Development Program 25-26. He has completed the Competent Communication Manual and is at level 5 of Innovative Planning. Academically, Puneet is a topper in his MBA from PES University, specializing in finance and HR. With a strong foundation in financial discipline, transparency, and leadership, Puneet is standing for the role of treasurer at the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. This is the nominee, this is the introduction received as is from the candidate. No changes made to the introduction that we have received. Now I will read out the nomination introduction of the other candidate, which is Toastmaster Swati Gupta. Toastmaster Swati Gupta is currently the treasurer of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. She's a chartered accountant and a cost and management accountant, currently on a career break to complete her company secretary qualification. She has held leadership roles in organizations such as Fluence, Azentio Software, Cargill, and JP Morgan, where she managed international taxation, financial reporting, and compliance across APAC, MENA, EMEA, US, and Canada. In her most recent role as region tax lead at Fluence, she drove cross-border tax strategy, strengthened governance frameworks, and introduced automation to ensure efficiency and accuracy. Beyond her professional journey, Swati enjoys reading, learning, writing, and painting. Swati is excited to bring her chartered accountancy skills and cost management accountancy skills in her role as the treasurer of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Is the polls ready?
Yes, I'm just checking the co-host. Can you check it once if it's all correct in the participants list?
Yes, looks good.
Jay is from
Oh, Jay is not
Jay's.
a co-host. Can
Yeah.
you remove Jay's this thing? Yeah, we are good. Okay, I am launching the poll. The rest of the members who are co-hosts will now be observers of the poll. People who have access to the poll, the GOAT members, I would request you to please vote for this particular poll. We will close the poll in 1 minute time. Okay, so the poll results are out. So the treasurer of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club is Toastmaster Swati Gupta for the term January to June 2026. Congratulations, Toastmaster Swati. We'll move on. We'll move on from to the next role, which is the Sergeant at Arms of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club for the term January to June. Again, for this, we have received only one nomination, which is Toastmaster Dr. Isha Roy. May I request the club president to please cast a ceremonial vote in favor of Dr. Isha Roy as the Sergeant at Arms of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club.
I cast my vote for Toastmaster Isha Roy.
Thank you. With this, we have all the candidates' appointments confirmed, ratified, and duly elected election process completed for all the roles of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. At the election chair, I congratulate all the current or the incoming officers of the club, the newly elected officers, and I wish you all the best in your term. In your role for the term January to June 2026 for the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. The club president will shortly announce the installation date and the installation procedure for the new XXCOM. Congratulations, and I hand over the stage back to Toastmaster Samita Kar, the presiding officer. Thank you.
Thank you, distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta, for taking this role and conducting the election. Congratulations to all the winners, and congratulations once again for working towards the betterment of our club, of making our club a little better every single meeting that we do. Coming back to the meeting now, as we know that the meeting is conducted by a host of people, and especially by someone who gives the theme of the meeting and makes the meeting so interesting. Who do we have today as the Toastmaster of the day? She is a consultant anesthesiologist and pain physician. Alongside her medical expertise, she brings a love for travel, art, and storytelling. Her passion for communication and personal growth makes her a wonderful addition to our Toastmaster family. Put your hands together for Toastmaster of the Day, Archana Prajapati. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmasters Amitakar, and congratulations to all the um, um, uh, placeholders and the position holders of Gabbys, and wish you all the best for the future of Gabbys. And good evening, everyone. Let me start today with a quick thought. Have you ever wondered why do we have wisdom teeth, which neither gives us wisdom nor peace? Or an appendix, which does nothing but troubles at our crucial times, like in our exams or weddings? In biology, there's a beautiful word for this, vestigial. And this is going to be the theme for today. So does anybody knows with their biology knowledge, or who have attended their biology classes attentively, that what vestigial or what the vestigial organs mean? Anybody would like to share? I'm surprised nobody's there. Okay, let me tell you. Vestigial is something which is unnecessary, which once had a purpose in our body but no longer serves us today. For example, appendix. It was useful to digest the raw food, and it was particularly useful during the times when the ancestors or our cavemen used to eat raw food, and the raw animals, they hunt the raw animals and they just ate that food as it is. So now this organ is unnecessary for all of us, and it no longer serves us. And and the body has a natural process of evaluation. It just has become vestigial to us, and it just troubles us during our crucial times, and all we have to do is to remove that organ altogether. So what if I tell you that this vestigial is not only limited to anatomy? We all carry vestigial in our life too, in our minds too, in the form of our old fears, old and outdated beliefs, our excuses. These all things troubles us, burdens us. They just, for a for a particular period of time, they gives us comforts us because they keeps us in comfort zone where we are into our shell. But when we keep it longer, it just burdens us and stops us from reaching our full potential, isn't it? For example, how often we say, I'm not good enough, I'm not a good speaker. Okay, I'll speak next year because I'm not confident or I am not experienced enough. What people will think about me? Being a doctor, speaking on the stage doesn't suits me. These all are vestigial thoughts and beliefs and mindset we all carry. And this is what we are going to discuss and introspect today. So I would uh, like the audience here to share their vestigials which they carried in their past. Who would like to share? Okay, only few cameras are on. Okay, Toastmaster Saurav Datta.
Yeah, Nancy has raised her hand before me, so I think she can go
Okay.
first.
Oh, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, please share your vestigial.
So one of the thoughts that I was carrying for a long, long time was that I am not good fit to be a public speaker at all. And this is something I would call was a vestigial for me, because when I was carrying this thought for some time, it was important for me to know this, that yes, I'm not good to be a public speaker because I had no skills at all. Then I started building those skills. Uh, it still lingers around in my head at times. But still, I know that being in Toastmasters, I'm at least building those skills, and maybe it's time for these thoughts to vanish slowly.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is what everybody must have carried here or before joining the Toastmaster. I could definitely relate to her. Uh, as means I was an introvert, and my experience of vestigial was that I thought I could never be a speaker because I always had a belief that all those extroverts who speak a lot, they are the actual speakers. They can speak on the stage and go on and on. But after joining Toastmaster, I realized that it's not about being an introvert or an extrovert. It's all about your belief and your mindset. So anybody can be a speaker, and anybody can become a speaker. It's not about their personality; it's about their mindset. Any
Did we lose Archana?
Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
Archana.
Yes.
Okay, I think.
Yes. Okay, I think so. You can continue with what you wanted to say.
Okay, thank you. So my vestigial is actually quite the contrary, quite the opposite of what Nancy had. Nancy's vestigial was that she is not good as a public speaker. My vestigial was my arrogance as a public speaker. I always felt that I am too good as a public speaker, much better than any of you sitting here. And so much so, when the first election, when the first club contest was being planned, I had told everyone that anyways ways I will win. So why don't you just nominate me? And Nancy was the VP Education at that time. She told me that, okay, so any which ways you will win. So why don't you just contest in the contest? I said, okay, fine. And then I came fifth in one contest where there were five contestants, and sixth in the other contest where there were six contestants. So that was my contest season start, right? And not was I very arrogant for not the right reasons. I always felt that I am too good as a speaker. and no one is better than me. But also, I was a very sore loser. I was a very bad loser. I remember when I lost that contest. So, two of my best friends, or my partners in crime, I would say, one was Nancy, other was Netra. She was our VP membership at that time, and Nancy was the president, and I was the VP education, and we were the trio. And I called both of them up, and some pretext or the other, I just bashed them because how can I lose? You guys have done something that I lost. I was that bad a loser. From there till now, I had a royal drubbing at the hand of Nitin this year. I lost in the district contest last year. I came second in the district evaluation contest. Year before last, I didn't even have a podium finish in the district contest, but I went all the way to the district contest in ISC. And one thing I've realized is I don't have any ill feelings towards any of them. I don't hate you, Nitin, for losing to you. And I don't hate anyone for losing to them now. I can say that very proudly. So that arrogance and that bad, soul losing as a trait are two vestigials which I have got rid of very proudly. I'm very proud about losing them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Saurav, for sharing all those vestigials which embarrasses you, but still you have shared with us. And yes, we all carry that kind of vestigials in us because we are in a position, and now we are like a student over here to learn from all others. And learning takes a long journey, and it really takes help us to bow and have humility in us to understand and to be able to learn. Yes. Now moving on, well, Toastmaster is a perfect place to identify and discard all those vestigial habits we have, like our filler words, our fear for stage, our fear for judgment, isn't it? And today, as we listen to all the speakers, evaluators, and general evaluator, ask yourself one question, one simple question. What is one vestigial which we still carry and which I want to remove this year, 2026? Or what is was only one vestigial you would like to shed off in the year 2026? Just keep that question in your mind. I'll come back to it after a while, and we'll now move on with our meeting. So every Toastmaster meeting has three sections. First is our prepared speech section, second is the table topic section, and third is the evaluation section. But today is an exception. We won't have any table topic section, but I promise as a TMOD that I'll try to keep this theme and true interactive so that we will not miss the TT section, which is the most exciting one. So to begin with the prepared speech section, first we'll begin with by calling our general evaluator, who is none other than Toastmaster Mamta Jain. She is a visual designer and an engineer. Well, this is a rare combination which allows her to tackle challenges with imaginative flair and analytical precision. Apart from her professional pursuits, she loves reading religious texts, painting, and practicing yoga. She has joined Toastmaster with a goal to become an impactful speaker. So let's welcome Madam General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mamta Jain over here. Thank you. Over to you, Mamta Jain.
Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As the general evaluator for today's meeting, my role is to observe and evaluate the entire meeting right from the start until the end when we close. My aim is to highlight what went well and suggest areas for improvement so that every meeting becomes even better than the previous. And of course, I don't do this alone. I have my wonderful TEL team to support me, the timer, language evaluator, and the listener. Now let's welcome our timer, Toastmaster Chaithra, who will keep an eye on the clock and ensure every segment runs on time. Chaithra is a compliance lawyer at More Global and a professional Kathak dancer whenever she can steal a moment. She is a bird watcher, a proud mother of a beautiful newborn daughter, Olive, who has joined her lively crew alongside Newton and a Leo. She comes from a Yashraj movie family and are happily married to a cricketer who has not given up on turning her into a six-hitter. Please explain your role, Toastmaster Chaithra.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Madam Toastmaster, it's always good to learn from those who've been there and done that. And that this week at the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmaster Club, we are doing exactly that. I'm so happy to be part of this. As your timer today, I'll be welding my green, yellow, and red cards like a traffic cop at rush hour. Visible right here. Please bear with me. I'm technically a bit deprived, uh, trying really hard to keep up with the pace. The green card would be given, and this would be a yellow card and the red card. With regard to when and how this cards would be displayed for the prepared speeches, which is generally 5 to 7 minutes, the green would be at give me a minute. The green would be at 5 minutes, yellow at 6 minutes, and red at 7 minutes. With speaker one having her speech at 15, being set for 15 minutes. It green would be at 13 minutes, and yellow would be at 14 minutes, and red would be at 15 minutes. And an additional grace time period of plus or minus 30 seconds would be given to the speaker, and anything above that would be considered to be disqualified outside grace. And for the evaluators, it would be 2 to 3 minutes, and green for 1, and yellow for 3, and red for 3.5 minutes. And for the evaluators, that is the language evaluators and the listener, it would be green at 1 minute, yellow at 2.5 minutes, and red at 3 minutes, strictly enforced here and further. And this is about it. I'll flag disqualification right after each section, and I'll share my screen report silently like a ninja thereafter. And I would say, Madam Toastmaster, the time is ticking. Over to you. Thank you.
I would like to correct one thing that speaker one will have the evaluation time of 3 to 4 minutes because the speech is of 15 minutes. Thank you. Now let's meet our language evaluator, Toastmaster Jay Pareikh, who will observe how effectively we all use language, because words when used well can inspire, influence, and illuminate. Jay Pareikh is a second-year student at VIT Vellore with a strong passion for artificial intelligence and machine learning. He believes in learning by doing, which drives him to pursue hand-on projects and real-world challenges. He thrives in the fast-paced environment of hackathons, where he channels his creativity to build impactful solutions that make a difference in people's lives. Over to you, Toastmaster Jay Pareikh.
Thank you, Madam General. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, as the language evaluator, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listen carefully to the language usage. I'll be making notes of unnecessary words and sound caused by speakers and role players in today's meeting. My report will focus on 5 major areas. Filler words such as hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can.
Okay, my report would focus on 5 major areas. Filler words such as inappropriate injunctions of instances and well, but so using crutch words such as basically, actually, this thing, etc. Repetitive words or phrases unintentionally long or short pauses made by speakers, and misuse of the English language. Apart from that, I'll also be focusing on outstanding words, quotes, or saying or thoughts. As the language evaluator, it's also my duty to introduce the word of the day. For today's meeting, the word is obsolete, which means no longer produced or used, out of date. An example for using the word is clinging to obsolete habits can limit personal growth. Another example can be technology was fast, making many tools obsolete within years. I encourage each speaker to use the word of the day. I will be posting the word of the day and its meaning for everybody in the chat. Um, I will give the language evaluator report at the end of the meeting. Thank you, Madam General Evaluator. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jai Pareikh. We all will learn from your observations. Now let's welcome our active listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Kala, who ensures we all are listening actively throughout the meeting and will test our attention with some fun questions later. Toastmaster Kala is a compliance lawyer at More Global and a professional Kathak dancer whenever she can steal a moment. She is a
Ji,
bird watcher.
I think we are not on the right introduction, please. Toastmaster Kala, you can introduce
Okay.
yourself.
I'm working as account superintendent. It's okay. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Today I'm playing the role of listener. We all know that listening skill is the base skill for all the skills. To improve your listening skills, today I'm going to ask you a few questions about the entire session. Try to listen carefully and try to answer those questions to become a better listener. All the very best to all of you. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kala. In every Gabbys online Toastmasters Club meeting, each speaker is evaluated by not one but two evaluators. This dual evaluator system ensures a more comprehensive and focused evaluation experience. To maintain clarity and effectiveness, the scope of each evaluator's feedback is clearly defined. Evaluator 1 will focus on what was said, assessing the content, structure, flow, and the message of the speech. Evaluator 2 will focus on how it was said, observing the speaker's voice modulation, tone, facial expressions, gestures, and overall delivery style. Thank you, my wonderful TAL team. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Great General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mamta Jain ma'am. And now moving ahead with our prepared speech section, where our speakers has worked hard not just on their content, but also on shedding their vestigial or the obsolete habits, fillers, fears, and self-doubts. So let me first invite our first speaker, who is distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, and she will be evaluated by
I think we lost her once again.
Yeah, we have lost her.
So
Okay.
DTM Nancy, I'll just continue with what she left at. So DTM
Yeah.
Nancy will be evaluated by Toastmaster Smruti, Sagarika Mohanty, and DTM Nitin Pathak. I can see both of them in the room. So over to you, DTM Nancy. DTM Nancy is today attempting her level 3 project 1 in the series of the Club Successful series. It will be the first presentation of its kind, and the title is Meeting Roles and Responsibilities. My apologies if I'm going anywhere wrong. DTM Nancy, you may please correct me, right?
We are
And
good.
timer, please note, the duration of her speech is 15 minutes. DTM Nancy, over to you.
Okay.
Thank you, Toastmaster
Yeah, I'm
Renu.
back.
Okay, Archana, Toastmaster
Okay.
Renu has already introduced the project and the evaluators.
Okay.
I'll take it from here.
Okay. No problem. Yeah. So,
Okay, I'll share my screen. Maybe a full screen.
DTM Nancy, whenever you're ready, I'll kickstart with the timing.
We are good to start, Toastmaster Chaithra. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Each Toastmaster meeting has got 3 sections: prepared speech section, general evaluation section, and table topic section. I'm here today to time you for your speeches. I'm going to evaluate my target speaker. I'm here to evaluate this meeting from one end to another end. Does this sound familiar? These statements over and over that you listen in the meetings that you join? Anyone who hasn't heard these lines from the speakers that you have seen till now or in any of the Toastmasters meetings, in one version or the other, you will see many people saying these lines out in the meeting. Now, what all this is about and what we are going to talk about today. Why are you here in Toastmasters having these meetings over and over? What is your purpose to attempt a role? This is what we are going to talk about. Before I reach there, I would like to first establish a little bit about what is Successful Club Series and what is this educational session all about. Well, educational session is a new addition to the Pathways education program that we have seen after October 2025. All those who are attempting level 3, 4, or 5, they have to attempt an educational session. And these educational sessions that you are attempting should be from 3 different series. One is Successful Club Series, second is Leadership Excellence Series, and the third is Better Speaker Series. Today, I am at level 3, I am attempting one of the Toastmasters International within Successful Club Series. To ensure that we have successful club, one of the key elements is meeting roles and responsibilities. Meetings are the key elements that keep us all together. That are the reason for us to come here over and over and learn something new every meeting. So each meeting has got certain roles and responsibilities. Now, all of you, I've got a quick question for you. Tell me what all roles you are aware of. Quickly in the chat box, name the roles that you are aware of. We will talk about all the roles, whether new or obsolete, everything put together. But tell me which roles are you aware of? Maybe one role at a time. One role that you are aware of. SA, okay, Sergeant at Arms. PO, Presiding Officer. MC, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster of the Day. GE, okay. Evaluator, TMOD, G, Timer, TTM, R Counter, Grammarian. Listener, Timer, Speaker, TTM, okay. Listener, okay. TTE. Anything that we are missing so far? I'll take quick 5 seconds for you to figure out anything that we are missing. Okay, language evaluator, VP education. Okay, perfect. R counter, timer, evaluator, prepared speakers, table topic speakers, table topic speakers. Okay, Zoom moderator. We are being innovative here now, bringing in all the roles. VP membership, yes. Okay, VP PR, parliamentarian, yes. Grammarian, joke master. Okay, all right. These are the roles that you are already aware of or ever heard of these terms. Let's figure out which bracket does these role fall into. What is each role entailing and what are we what are we expected of when we are taking up these roles? Okay, I'll move on to the next slide. So we have got our roles into two buckets. One is assigned meeting roles and some additional roles, which are again meeting roles. That's the first bucket. Second is the executive committee role. Some of you have mentioned VPPR, VPM, Treasurer, SA. Those are all executive committee roles. They are also pertaining back to the meeting roles itself. In one way or the other, they are supporting the meetings. But within the meeting, during the meeting, we have got certain roles that we play. Those are assigned meeting roles. Now, what are the assigned meeting roles that we have? We have got Toastmaster, which means the Toastmaster of the day. Somebody mentioned MC, somebody mentioned TMOD, somebody mentioned Toastmaster. All these are the terminologies for Toastmaster of the day, the Toastmaster role, the first role, where you are coming up and ensuring that everything is taken care of in the meeting. The meeting goes smooth. You are the MC of the meeting. You are the Karta Dharta of the meeting, someone who ensures that the meeting goes smooth. The flow of the meeting is maintained. Everyone gets some time to speak as per the agenda, and we are following the agenda. So that is the Toastmaster of the day. Next role is Topics Master. We also call it TTM or Table Topic Master in Toastmasters parlance. Topics Master means someone who is leading the impromptu speech section, which is the second section of the meeting. The third role is General Evaluator. General Evaluator is someone who ensures that this person is leading the evaluation section of the meeting. You have already heard a General Evaluator, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, today, who mentioned that how she is going to evaluate the entire meeting end to end with the help of few other role takers. So the three main roles that we have in each meeting is the Toastmaster of the day, Table Topics Master, the Topics Master, and General Evaluator. Now, apart from this, we have got other roles, and these roles are speaker, people who are attempting a project, who are coming up in the prepared speech section and delivering a speech. Something what I am doing as a speaker. Next, we have got speech evaluators. Speech evaluators are those who are evaluating the speakers, the prepared speakers. Then we have got timer, grammarian, and our counter. These three roles come under general evaluator. Timer is someone who keeps note of time. Grammarian is someone who keeps note of grammar. Our counter is someone who tracks our counts. Now, this is what Toastmasters International provides us as assigned meeting roles. Various clubs have got various variations in their meetings. Their VP Education decides so and then propose that to the ExCom. Once the ExCom is fully attuned to what has been already proposed, then we implement that. Now, what are those other roles that you can see in various other club meetings? One is presenter of invocation. Presenter of invocation is someone who present an invocation in the beginning of the meeting, even before the sergeant at arms role. Specifically, this you will see in religious clubs or the clubs where they have community clubs where they have certain practices going on, where they believe in certain practices. Largely, you'll not see this being implemented in many of the clubs. Then parliamentarian, this is a role where the person takes care of the entire meeting and ensures that everything goes by the Robert's Rule of Order. In our meetings, generally, this is assumed by presiding officer. Our presiding officer is a parliamentarian. In most of the meetings, you will see this, but some clubs have this role as a separate role. Table topics evaluator, where we have got an evaluator for those who are attempting table topics. That's where we call table topics evaluator. You'll not find this role very often. Tech master or Zoom moderator or Microsoft Teams master. These are the various terminologies you'll see for someone who's ensuring that our meeting controls are taken care of, whether somebody has to be put on mute or whether you have to ensure that you are admitting people in. That's a tech master's role. Parliamentarian is a repeat, my bad. Joke master, someone who cracks joke to start the meeting on a lighter note or who wants to attempt humor. Vote counter, whenever there's a vote for best speaker, best evaluator, or any other kind of vote that's happening during the meeting, we can have a separate rule for counting those votes. Nowadays, we have got Zoom and other platforms where we can count those votes automatically. We don't need to do it manually. But in traditional meetings, we used to have vote counters specifically to count the vote. Listener, this is a role where someone is testing your active listening skills. So these are some of the additional roles. You might see a few more additional roles. This is very, very specific to different clubs and their cultures. But largely, these are the roles that you will see in most of the clubs across the world. Now, this is about meeting roles. I'll take a pause and see if there's any comment in the chat box. None so far. Questions at the end of the session. Of the roles that some people have mentioned in the chat box. Now, these are the roles that we play during the meeting, but the meeting doesn't happen just like that. We have got an executive committee that takes care of the entire meeting, the proceedings, before what happens before the meeting, what happens after the meeting, what happens within the club, how to ensure that we have a successful club. That's where we have got some additional roles that you'll see. We call that as executive committee. These are called club officers roles. Now, club officers comprises of 7 officers. You have just seen the elections for these 7 officers in the first half of the meeting, where we had president. President is generally within the meeting, comes as presiding officer of the meeting and ensures that he or she is a parliamentarian, also welcomes the guest, introduces the Toastmasters International legacy, also talks about why this person is here. This person also heads the entire executive committee and ensures that we are having a healthy club. Vice President Education. Vice President Education is someone who ensures that we have our meetings week on week, whatever frequency the club has decided. We get the role takers on time, the meeting quality maintains, the mentor-mentee mapping happens, and everybody is aware of their roles. So that is Vice President Education. Vice President Public Relations is someone who creates meeting posters, who creates educational award posters, who creates any other posters and create that buzz around the town so that people join the meeting. We have got a few guests in the meeting. How are they joining our meeting today? They're joining because they got to know some information about this meeting happening today through various groups, and that's why they are here to learn more and attend this meeting. So that is PR's job. We have Vice President membership. All of you have paid club fee and meeting fee and everything. That part is taken care by VP membership, whether it's about retention or it's about new members. Both the things, renewals and new members, our VP membership takes care of that part. Next, we have the secretary. Secretary is someone who takes care of meeting agenda. You see one post that goes out that this is the meeting agenda. So secretary works with the VP education and ensures that the meeting agenda is created and is in place at least 24 hours before the meeting so that the Toastmaster of the day knows that this is how the agenda flows in case there's something new happening in the meeting today. The time is allocated for that appropriately. That's your secretary. Next is the treasurer. Treasurer, you'll not see in the club meetings as a role per se, but this is again a very important role where this person is keeping track of all the financials, the club financials, and ensuring that we have got ample corpus amount for us to conduct our meetings, whether it's the Zoom payment, whether it's the meeting room payment, whether it's the snacks payment, club trophies, everything comes through the club corpus, and treasurer keeps track of all the payments. Last but not the least is sergeant at arms. Now, sergeant at arms has got two different responsibilities. Sergeant at arms is someone who ensures that we have all the resources of the club placed appropriately and are shared on time when needed, but at the same time, for each meeting, collecting all the resources from different people, creating WhatsApp group, ensuring that all are added to the group and the resources are shared with each role taker on time. That's the sergeant at arms before the meeting. During the meeting, sergeant at arms generally opens the meeting by sharing a thought on the meeting theme, or also talking about or talk or with a poem or something, and talking about the ground rules, setting the ground rules for the meeting so everyone knows that this is to be expected. So these are the 7 officer roles that we have just seen in the election, as well as that you will see in the executive committee. Now, this is very important for all of us to know that these roles exist so that we can prepare ourselves for these different roles. We know that these are the 3 big roles. These are the speaker and evaluator role. Every role has got certain criteria for you to meet. Connect with your VP education to know more about these roles. Why is it important for you to know these roles? As they say, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, working together is success. All of us need to work together to ensure that we achieve success for our club. Well, that's about my presentation on the roles. I'll take a moment if there's any question. Okay, I'll take the questions offline. In the interest of time, I'll hand it over to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Archana Prajapati. Thank you so much.
Nancy,
Yes,
here.
Toastmaster
I've got a
Swami.
question.
Can I
I
take your
recently,
question over chat
okay,
since we had limited time? I'll answer all your
okay,
questions over chat. Yes,
sure.
thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster Archana.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy, for that insightful educational series, and that brought a lot of clarity about each role and responsibilities which we have in the meeting. So, thank you so much for that. And moving ahead with our next speaker, who is Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, and he is going to be evaluated by Toastmaster Sachin Jain and distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak. I am okay. So I think they are present in the meeting.
Yes, we are present.
Evaluators
Okay.
are Toastmaster Chitrangana and Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal.
Toastmaster Chitrangana
Chitra-
was the evaluator of Toastmaster DTM Nancy.
no, there's some confusion.
Okay. Okay. Distinguished Toastmaster Nitin Pathak, I think he is the evaluator.
It is Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh and Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal. Please refer to the agenda that has been shared in the Tuesday group.
Okay. Okay, moving ahead. So our next speaker is Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. He's an enthusiastic Toastmaster who loves to learn new things every day. He's passionate about playing cricket and English speaking. He has a strong belief in simplicity, integrity, and hard work. He has joined Toastmaster not only to develop his English speaking and communication skill, but also to build strong relationship to enhance his human assets. Today, he is going to deliver his speech from the path engaging humor. The project purpose is writing a speech with purpose. This is his level 1 and project 2. The duration of speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And now let's welcome Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, Harish Chandra 2.0, Harish Chandra 2.0, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Stage is all yours.
I'm sure you must have read or heard of King Harishchandra, known for his unwavering commitment to truth. He is the original version, Harishchandra 1.0. Let's talk about modern world. Show of hands. If you have ever heard or used these very polite and beautiful phrases in Hindi or any other language. Abe, Jada Harishchandra ban. Hey, don't try to be too much like King Harishchandra. Or a slight higher level version. Oi, Harishchandra ke aulad. Hey, child of King Harishchandra. Show me your hands. No one. Wow, great. Very few. Okay, I can say that decent audience or you know rest of our cut from the same cloth. What do these phrases imply? Don't tell the truth, right? But do you know we always tell the truth and become Harishchandra 2.0 at our workplaces, mostly in two situations. Number one, when we make a mistake and we cannot hide it. Number two, when our colleague makes a mistake. And the second one is more likely. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and dear guests. I work in a polymer plant where we manufacture various types of plastic in the form of small granules called pellets. I'm assigned to monitor an essential part of the process, cutter unit, along with my colleague. One bright Monday morning at 7 o'clock, I observed that the pellet size was little smaller. So I had to reduce the cutter speed. Just as I was about to press the speed decrease button, the tea vendor opened the gate. Sir, chai. Oh shit. My hand slipped and I pressed the cutter stop button. The entire cutter unit stopped and began to jam along with the equipment downstream, causing a plant-wide shutdown. I was very furious with the tea vendor. I wanted to scold him, but I couldn't say a word to him. Who knows? Maybe someday he will become the prime minister of our country. Then what I did that my colleague shouted very much, not at him, at me. Hey, what have you done this? What will we tell the HOD now? I was blindsided. Hey, calm down, Radhamohan. We can make up an excuse and blame it on an equipment malfunction. No problem. Let's keep it under wraps. He refused my idea. Lie? No, 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 I can't lie. You made the mistake. You should own it up. Now I was hot under the collar. I told him up. Abe, Jada Raja Harishchandra, don't try to be too much like King Harishchandra. I knew why he was so eager to tell the truth. Second situation, Yes, there are no friends in professional life, but only colleagues who are always looking for an opportunity to tarnish your image in front of the boss. So how could he miss this golden opportunity? Even I didn't force him too much to support me. After all, self-respect is was something, but I did what I could as a Baniya. Listen, Radhamon, I want my 25,000 rupees back from your next salary. Keep in mind. Now he fell silent. Seeing no way out, I took a decision. I picked up the intercom and called up our HOD, Ravi Malhotra. I explained him the entire incident. His response, I'll see you in the plant, scared me even more. At 9:30, as soon as he entered the control room, my heart started pounding. Shaking like a leaf, I went up to him. Sir, I'm sorry, sir. His face softened. It's all right, Sunil. I'm glad you admitted the mistake and saved us almost 2 hours in finding the fault. Repentance is itself a punishment. And furthermore, anyone can make such a mistake. Now we have to find out the solution to prevent this happening again. Now I was at, sir, we can cover the stop button with a plastic cap to prevent accidental activation. He appreciated my idea and left the control room. Then I turned to Radha Mohan, who was standing still and silent like a lamppost. Relax, Radha Mohan. Now you don't need to return the money from your next salary. Relax. Ladies and gentlemen, even though I became Harishchandra 2.0 and admitted my mistake under pressure from my colleague, ultimately I told the truth. And as a result, I earn respect, I appreciation from my HOD. This incident taught me a lesson. If you tell the truth, you can negate your mistakes, make things much easier, and earn respect from others. Most importantly, you don't need to sugarcoat or embellish things to make them palatable. So, friends, let's step forward and speak truth with courage, conviction, and compassion to build trust, respect, and strong relationships. Because in the end, truth is truth, whether it is 1.0 or 2.0. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Truly amazing, Toastmaster Sunil. What a wonderful lesson, and the way you present your speech, that was truly hilarious. Thank you so much for that wonderful speech. And moving ahead, we all carry our vestigials, and now coming back to the question which I had asked before, what one vestigial habit, belief, or a mindset or an excuse you would like to shed off this year? If you ask me, I would definitely like to shed one vestigial, which is my habit of being perfect. I want to be perfect before attempting anything. And that is one habit that is holding me from getting so many opportunities. That was before also, and still today I am losing so many opportunities because of that habit. And this year 2026, I would definitely like to shed off. So what you will like to shed? I would like to know from the audience over here, who would like to share.
Toastmaster Savita
Yeah,
has
I
raised her
would
hand.
like to share.
Yeah, please, ma'am. Toastmaster
Yes.
Samita.
So what I would like to shed this year is overgiving. So whenever anyone comes to me, I tend to overgive my time, my energy, my patience, everything. So whoever comes, that way my work suffers, and then I have to compensate it by either staying up late at night, which I don't want. So this year I am going to try and practice boundary. Listen definitely, but at one point of time I will definitely give them a time limit. So as that is my wish for 2026. Have my boundaries up.
Absolutely, absolutely. We all must create some boundaries and have some me time for ourselves. Yeah, definitely. Anyone else? Toastmaster Chaithra, would you like to share? Toastmaster Kala, I think
Yeah,
you want to share? Yeah.
I would like to give up overthinking. For small things, I start overthinking. So that quality I would like to give up this year. So this is
Yeah,
from my side.
absolutely. We all do overthinking at some point or the other time. Yeah, definitely. And it consumes a lot of our precious time and without doing much for ourselves. Yeah, definitely. Anyone else? Toastmaster Sachin, would you like to share?
Toastmaster Chaitra has raised her hand.
Okay, Toastmaster Chaitra, go ahead.
Um, for this year, I'm thinking I need to give up on eating chocolates, which is brown chocolates, um, and
Okay.
stick to dark chocolates, which has like good 90% to 80% to 90% of darkness in it. Uh, that's something that I'm planning to change from this year to the next year.
Okay. Yeah, healthy, sticking to the healthy habits. That's a nice one.
Yeah.
Now, I can see Toastmaster Ilios is here. Would you like to share with vestigial or which habit or any kind of fear or beliefs would you like to share in the year 2026?
Yes, can you hear me and see me?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yes. I would like to say that uh less of me, more of God. That's what I would like to commit on for 2026. Because in 2025 I'm still more of me than my God. So yes, I need to think about it for more spiritual for my life. I think that's all. Back to you, Archana.
Okay, great, Toastmaster Ilios, and wish you all the best. Now, we have few guests here. Toastmaster Swami, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah.
this year I would like to, not this year, next year I would like to change my way of thought process. Like I am actually a introvert, but I would like to change myself into as an extrovert. So this is the one thing I would like to change in upcoming year. Yeah, thank
Yeah. Okay, great. I can relate to you, and it's very difficult for an introvert to do conversations with the people, yeah, and mingle with them easily. Yes. Okay, so that's all. I think we have a time for a bio break, and this will be for around 5 minutes. It's 20:50 now, and we'll come back at 20:55. So till then, get some refreshment, and we'll be back with a. Okay. Thanks for the music. That was wonderful. Okay, we are back here and with our theme. Now, not next question I have, because We all are Toastmasters here, and Toastmaster has definitely helped us in some or the other way to remove few of our vestigial beliefs or habits or any kind of self-doubt we had. So I would definitely like to know this from our members over here who are experienced and who has been in Toastmasters since many years. Uh, who will go? Toastmaster Renu, would you like to share?
Toastmaster Archana. The one vestigial which Toastmasters have helped me get rid of is that my mess is not to be hidden, right? My mess is my message. So I can very well convey that. And Gabbys itself has provided us a very safe and sound environment where I was able to do that. And yes, go ahead with my mess with confidence. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Toastmasters definitely helps us to remove few of our vestigials. Toastmaster Smriti, would you like to share?
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Archana. Well, there are many. To start with, I might highlight one, that is vulnerability or failure is actually a sign of progress. So never shy in expressing it. Rather, if you want to express it smartly and tactfully, which helps you. So me personally, for me, it worked a lot, and Toastmaster taught me. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. And where in Toastmaster we get a chance to express ourselves with all our vulnerability, and people here encourages you and just supports you for who you are. That's the wonderful part. Now we have, I think she is a guest, Toastmaster Seema Gupta. Is she as a guest or a Toastmaster? Okay. Okay, Toastmaster Jay Pareikh, would you like to share? Are they are in the meeting or not? Okay. Next. Okay.
Yeah, I have
Toastmaster
not been
Singh.
in Toastmaster for long, but you should not be
Okay.
scared of expressing
Any of
yourself, or
absolutely. Go
or
ahead.
you should not be scared of going forward, trying to do something, attempting something. That's about it. Yeah. Back to you.
Okay. 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 Next question I have. If you get a chance to talk to your younger self, what advice would you give to remove a vestigial thinking of yours, which you had in your younger days? Toastmaster Nitin, would you like to share?
The only thought I'll give it to my younger self is that, and thanks, Madam Toastmaster, is that life is full of second chances and third chances and fourth chances, and life will be very kind to you. So just keep going.
Yeah, go ahead. Whatever comes in your life, just take it and move on. That's the only thing. And life teaches us a lot of things on the way. Yeah, right. Toastmaster Bindu Joseph. I can see her.
Yes,
Yeah.
Archana.
Yeah,
Same question.
would you? Yeah, you can, or rather, do another question. What 2025 has taught you, or what is your learning about this year?
That's like what said, going back to studying and trying to reflect what you learned in the previous class. I'm not a past person at all. I think I'll answer your previous question if you'll allow me to.
Yeah, you can.
My younger self. Now, that I'd have to think, how young is young? Should I speak to my younger self when I'm a kid, or when I was a teen, or when I was an ambitious 20, 30? My younger self. Well, I would go back and I would tell them, chill, because everything you want in life or everything you wanted in life, you're eventually going to get it. So you might as well relax, smell the roses, make friends, spread yourself out, gain experience, and yes, learn to get over that stage fright so that you don't have to, depend on Toastmasters at a later point in time. All this would be my advice to my younger self, because ultimately, I don't have any regrets as far as the past is concerned. I would never want to change the person I was, because the person I was is exactly the reason that I am the person I am now. So, one of those boring characters who are satisfied with life. Back to you, Archana.
Oh, okay. Great, Toastmaster Bindu. I loved your point of view, and that not to change, because who you are today is because of your younger self. Thank you. Toastmaster Sunil, I think you are ready to answer a few of your vestigials.
Vestigials. I always had one thing, and I
Or
will
the
always, yeah, yeah. You carry on first. What are you
no,
saying,
go ahead.
Archana?
I don't have
Okay,
anything.
okay.
No,
I
nothing.
always, yes, okay. I always had a vestigial. I always say to my children that this is vestigial, that one sentence, never believe that I cannot. I
Okay.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And another thing, that enjoy the present moment. There's only two things which can never be regained: health and time. So whenever, whatever you are in the position, whatever is your age, enjoy the moment, because this moment will not come again. Whether you are youth,
Right.
you are
Absolutely.
children, you are adult, you are old, and so enjoy life. That's, yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Sunil, for sharing with us. And now moving ahead with our evaluation section, as we are running out of time. So feedback is the breakfast of champions, and we are going to have a dinner of it today. And let's call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, who will not only evaluate our speakers, but also our progress so far and help us, like a surgeon, to remove all our vestigials. Let's welcome her. Toastmaster Mamta Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Archana. Let's move into the evaluation segment, the heart of assessment. This is where we give constructive shine. We had two prepared speeches today. Each will be evaluated by two assigned evaluators. Our first evaluator is Toastmaster Smruti, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Nancy DTM. Smruti Sagarika Mohanty is a certified soft skills trainer, mentorship specialist, training content creator, and a seasoned B2B enterprise sales professional with over a decade of experience. A purpose-driven Toastmaster, she served as director, completing her fifth pathway. She is also the first runner-up at the District 92 Table Topics contest and immediate past president of the Gabbys Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. Over to you, Toastmaster Sagarika Mohanty.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel. Today, your education session on meeting roles and responsibilities, it addressed the foundational element of any meeting excellence within Toastmaster. It remained strongly aligned with the intent of a Toastmaster educational session. So kudos on doing and conducting the session within the defined time framework. The moment you started your educational session, let me address it as an educational speech. I was all buckled up. For me, the flight was about to begin. Hence, I decided to frame my evaluation in a plain framework, where P stands for the purpose, L for logic and accuracy. These three things stood out in your speech content today. The purpose was brought with clarity and audience and orientation. You brought the relatability by picking up the dialogues and questions which we actually heard in this particular meeting till your education session began. So you used proper dialogues for the same. You used proper engagement by putting the question, giving the audience direction, that put your answer in chat. That brought clarity within your speech. The second was logic. Logic was backed by what to expect from your speech today. So you defined it well in advance for the audience. So if they're addressing it, they know that attending it, they know, okay, these are the things which I need to expect from the speech which Nancy is going to deliver. And the accuracy you brought by, I understand the content was heavily loaded. A lot of meeting rules need to explain each and every point. In spite of that, you ensured that your right choice of words, your better usage of language will help the audience to bring relatability by dividing the content strategically. These are within defined, and these are something which you saw in the election part. Now these all help me to understand, okay, fine, where this is all coming from. As I said, the content was heavy loaded. What other things which actually was too much for me as an audience? So I would like to bring upon my NES as a suggestion for the speech content. One is the navigation part. What I noticed that we took a pause and said, let me quickly check the chat window and see if there are some question. But I was wondering, when did we give that instruction to the audience that we are about to take the question in middle of the session? So as an educational speaker, we can give them a direction that we are going through the session. If you have any question, you can just put it there. Second part is with respect to elevate the curiosity early. From the beginning till the end, I was waiting for what's in it for me. That came in the last slide, and that too partially. Can we bring the what's in it for me for the audience in the first slide itself? Because we have a mixed combination of new Toastmasters, people who are completely alien to Toastmaster, and people who are experienced. Can we give them the what's in it for me well in advance so that they can understand the gravity better? S stand for the summary. Can we overall summarize the entire content for the audience benefit? But all put together, we had the purpose, logic, and accuracy. If we can navigate it better with the right scope and elevation, we can do wonders in our next education series. It was a pleasure listening to you. I wish you all the best for your all future speeches. Thank you so much. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator.
Thank you for that encouraging feedback. Now our second evaluator is Nitin Pathak, DTM, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Nancy, DTM. Nitin Pathak has been a Toastmaster for a while and has served an array of roles in club and districts. He loves driving, football, cats, and is kind of an extroverted geek. Over to you, Nitin Pathak, DTM.
Thank you so much, Madam General Evaluator. First of all, I'm really thankful to Toastmaster International to bring this module back. I've attended many successful club series sessions. I've delivered many successful club series sessions, and I know the impact these sessions have. And this impact was further enhanced how Nancy started her speech. It's a best way to add intrigue to your speech by adding the vocal variety and the way you can draw attention to the audience. As Nancy started her speech, I could see That I could hear the part when she just had a common phrases of what happens in Toastmaster. Why are people here? What are they here for? What are the common saying they keep on saying? There's relatability that they created in the beginning of the speech, just added that element that I want to listen to it. I felt like listening to it. I have seen this to be a boring session and I wanted to listen to it. Yes, that part just added the curiosity, intrigued the curiosity in me. So great job adding your vocal variety to initiate this educational session. As you did that, another aspect which I really liked was how you took it from a curious part to a more engaging part. I like that the usage of Zoom setup to have an interactive session, let people chime in what they really know. And that gave you a chance as well to understand your audience, where they lie, where they stand. Are they even aware of things? Or are they just completely blindsided to what you're about to bring? That probably will help you to tailor your content accordingly as per the audience reactions. And added this last part, which I liked about the overview delivery part, was that the way you paced throughout. I understand that content being so much, it can be very common for us to pace through fasten up a speed and just speak quickly. But you manage to keep the pace at such minimal requirement so that any person who's listening to it do not feel obsolete. They can continue to grasp with you and continue to attend the meeting attend the session as you were delivering to it. So great parts over there. Now, where I felt in part of the body language and vocal variety that can be enhanced was, yes, it is a long speech, and there was a break in between on transition from meeting roles to meeting club officer meeting roles. Now, we did it after a 10-minute mark from the speech. So that means for 10 minutes, there was a constant interaction. Now there's an opportunity for you to re-engage the audience, maybe with a bit of more voice flair, a bit more adding some elements, few things. That could just give it a nudge back, a shook back to the audience. Oh, yes, please stay with me if you have gone away. And we continue to talk about another important key aspect of what lies in the meeting as well. In addition to that, I felt in few aspect that speaking Karta Dharta might not be the best frame at that time speaking about it, but that's something which we can still give a leeway. An aspect is when we are framing sentences on the role players, grammarian and R counter are not in Gabbys. We use language evaluator. There's an opportunity to modify it in a way that audience could relate more to it on what these roles would mean. And we certainly can modify this presentation a bit that will be more relatable to the audience we are speaking to. With this, I think apart from this part, I really liked how throughout the meeting, your hand gestures were there, you were engaging with the audience, and you used the space you had in front of you with this laptop effectively in order to communicate with the audience. With this, I am glad that I could attend this session and re-engage with the meeting roles and responsibilities. Back to you, Madam General Evaluator, and thank you, Nancy.
Thank you for your detailed and thoughtful evaluation. Now let's welcome our third evaluator, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Toastmaster Chitrangana is an 11-year corporate champion, passionate traveler, dance enthusiast. She is now adding mom and impeccable communicator to her resume, mastering the ultimate juggling act. Over to you, Toastmaster Chitrangana Singh.
Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, congratulations on a fabulous attempt. Your project was engaging through humor. The purpose of your speech was, I believe, entertainment. And I must say, for straight 5 minutes, I had an awesome time getting entertained through your speech. I'll structure my evaluation in 3 categories: one about message, then the content, and third being the structure. The message was absolutely loud and clear. We should not let go of truth, whatever be the situation. Truth finds its own way, and this time in your story, it was through pressure from your colleague. It was absolutely relevant to all of us, especially on last but one day of 2025, when we can reflect on how these kind of true confessions throughout the year have actually saved our days. Your content was absolutely original. You shared a personal anecdote from your work. It was so engaging that I could literally visualize the entire scene, even the red button saying stop that you would have pressed. In reality, I could imagine that. It seemed that not one bit was made up in your entire story. Two colleagues in front of a machine, the chai wala coming, the manager coming to the plant, everything seemed super realistic. The structure, your opening actually brought a smile to my face because the choice of words that you used in native language were commendable. I have been told that statement multiple times in my life. The body was well structured. You started with a build up, then there was a crisis situation, your own decision to how to cope with that situation, and then something unexpected which you had to deal with because of a colleague, and how eventually you expected a bashing. Um, while your honesty was actually admired, this entire conclusion was well knit together. In terms of recommendations, I actually struggled a lot with coming up with recommendations. I absolutely loved your speech. Just two little bits from my end. Number one is you had two major punches in your story. One was repeated usage of the phrase "Tum Harishchandra ban rahe ho kya?" Are you trying to being a Harishchandra? And number two was you asking your colleague about the about the loaned money. In your speech, given the project was engaging through humor, if you could have added more punches, your speech would have been more and more entertaining to me. For example, the time when you called your manager, you could have added a punch on what did the manager expect you to say that yeah Sunil give me some good news, and you are instead telling that I have to tell you something about machine functioning such way. It's hard to come up with something, but if you would have given some thought to it, I'm pretty sure given your knack at humor, you would have come up with more amazing punches. And the second thing being, the takeaway for me as an audience was a bit unclear because in this situation, you were not willing to be a Harishchandra, you were made to be a Harishchandra. Not all the time we have somebody who is pushing us against our will. So, what as an audience we should do in that situation that you could have added as an extension to your takeaway. To summarize, fabulous attempt at your speech. It was super engaging. Just a bit of an extension on your takeaway and more punches, you would have created deeper and deeper impact. Congratulations.
Thank you for that crisp and helpful feedback. Now let's welcome our fourth evaluator, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal, who will evaluate the speech delivered by Toastmaster Sunil Gupta. Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal is a finance professional with over 23 years of experience across IT, healthcare, biotech startups, retail, e-commerce, and FMCG sectors. He is a chartered accountant and an alumnus of IIM Bangalore and Columbia Business School, currently serving as Chief Financial Officer at AZA Fashions Private Limited in Mumbai. He oversees global finance operations for the US and India. Over to you, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal.
Thank you, G. Toastmaster Mamta, for a kind introduction. And congrats, TM Sunil, for such an engrossing tale of Harishchandra 2.0. I loved your speech thoroughly and delivery was superb. Some of the areas which I liked in your speech. Number one, gestures. You excelled at hand gestures today. I'm sure. Out to be Harishchandra 2.0. About to press the button. These were your hand gestures which was very impactful. The second area which I liked was the vocal variety. When your colleague raised his voice, what have you done? Then when your HOD said, I will see you in the plant. And the dialogue between your colleague and you, and the dialogue between HOD and you was awesome. It was very engrossing. And the body language, especially in the second dialogue between you and your HOD, was awesome, where you interchange your position and then explain. Where Sunil says, sir, I am sorry.
but HOD is in a mode of finding a solution. So he calms you down. The third area which I really liked was you brought today a range of emotions. Fear, sometimes excitement, sometimes confidence. When you brought fear when you said, I will meet you in the plant. Then you said, self-respect is something. You brought confidence. Awesome. And then I liked the conclusion, which you brought with lot of clarity and confidence. And you said, tell the truth with courage, conviction, and compassion. Great conclusion. These are all the areas where you excelled at. And then now coming to some areas of improvement. Sometimes you use the Hindi words to express your emotions, which I thought could have been avoided. That is one. And the first dialogue between you and your colleague could have been more impactful, where you could have changed your position when the colleague was saying and when you were talking. That change I could see, that interchange of position I could see very clearly in the second dialogue between HOD and you, but not in the first dialogue. Otherwise, the first dialogue also would have been very impactful. Apart from that, it was a wonderful speech, Sunil. You are in full blow today. I really loved your speech. Over to you, G Toastmaster Mamta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sachin, for the wonderful evaluation. Now let's hear from my TEL team for their reports. First, I will call upon our timer, Toastmaster Chaithra, to present the time report.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much, Mamta, General Evaluator Mamta Jain. I have taken note of the time invested by each of them. As per the report, Speaker Sunil Gupta has been qualified, and in the under the prepared speeches category and in the evaluation sections, Toastmaster Sachin Jaiswal has qualified, and the rest, along with the time taken, and the rest have been disqualified because of slightly above the margin. But otherwise, I will be posting the report on the chatter for everybody's perusal. Thank you. Over to you, General Evaluator Mamta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Chaithra, for keeping us on time. Next, I will request our language evaluator, Toastmaster Jay Pareikh, to share the language report. Please note, you have 2 to 3 minutes of time to present your report. Over to you.
I'll quickly present my report. I hope everybody can see the screen.
Yes.
The word of the day was used by many speakers today. I'm happy to announce that. It was used by Toastmaster Archana Prajapati, DTM Nancy, as well as Toastmaster Nitin Pathak. There were a lot of filler words by almost every speakers, the common being and apart from that, there were some you knows and repetitions. Apart from that, noteworthy phrases or quotes by Archana Prajapati, we all carry vestiges in our thoughts and mind. Nancy Goel, Karta Dharta of the meeting, coming together is beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Sunil Gupta, rhetorical devices used were hot under the collar, which is an idiom. Apart from that, many noteworthy phrases, bright Monday morning, you don't need to sugarcoat or embellish things to make them believable. No friends in professional life, only colleagues. True is true, whether 1.0 or 2.0, etc. Apart from that, one area of improvement, he said, truth is true. Truth is true. It should be truth is truth. And I explained to him the entire incident. It can also be written to as I explained to him.
Then Evaluator 1, for me, the flight was about to begin. That's a metaphor. Vulnerability is a strength in Toastmasters. Then NES, navigation, evaluation, and summary. Heavily loaded summary. Navigation is better with the right scope and evaluation. And ch- um, Chitrangana Singh, Evaluator 3, I had an awesome time. The message seemed loud and clear. It seemed not one bit made up. Two major punchlines in your story. Sachin Jaiswal, I have not been able to note down all of the phrases you have used. Such an engrossing tale of Harish Chandra 2.0 was the only one I was able to jot down. Nitin Pathak, it's the best to add intrigue to your speech. That gave you a chance to understand your audience. Apart from that, this would I'll conclude my report. Apart from that, everybody was on time, and yeah, that's it. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you for those wonderful and detailed observations. And finally, our active listener, Toastmaster Krala, will test how well we all listened throughout the meeting. Please note, you also have 2 to 3 minutes to ask the questions. Over to you, Krala.
Thank you, General Evaluator. Once again, good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Welcome you all to this listening session. I hope all of you are ready. Okay, let's begin this session. I'll ask you a few questions. If you know the answers, please raise your hand. The first question is that why today's meeting is special meeting? Who know the answer? Yes, Sachin sir.
Is the last
Toastmasters.
meeting? Last meeting of the year.
Last meeting, okay. Then one more thing is there.
Elections were held.
Yes. Who has
And
answered
more
first?
things.
Yes, correct. And the second question is, what is the meaning of vestigial? Vestigial. Meeta ma'am?
Like what we are not able to do, we will skip that and we'll do it.
Okay. In short term, what is the meaning of vestigial?
Useless.
Unnecessary.
Something that is not used anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Archana, unnecessary. Yes, correct. Okay, thank you. According to DTM Saurav Datta, what was vestigial for him?
Arrogance.
Arrogance.
Arrogance and not to in speeches and all. He wanted to be
Yes, yes. Correct. Correct. Last question. Who is elected as president for coming term?
Toastmaster
Saurav
Samita.
Datta, DTM, and
Samita Kar.
Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Yes, of course. I think all of you are good listeners. Thank you all for your cooperation. Over to General Evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you for adding a fun twist to learning. Now it's time for my overall evaluation of the meeting. The meeting started on time with our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Jai Pareikh, who maintained order and discipline perfectly. Our President, Toastmaster Samita, you gave a warm and motivating opening, setting the tone for a wonderful meeting ahead by welcoming everyone and thoughtfully introducing the guests. You made sure that everyone is available and has renamed themselves properly. The Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Archana, conducted the meeting smoothly and made us aware the vestigial structures and how they connect to evolution, reminding us that some things we carry from the past may no longer serve our purpose. There is a recommendation. When you ask a question, please keep an eye on the audience who are raising hands. Our speakers delivered well prepared and engaging speeches. Our first speaker, Toastmaster Nancy, explained about meetings rules and responsibilities so nicely, awared us about some additional roles like presenter of invocation, parliamentarian, tech master, etc. Second speaker, Toastmaster Sunil Gupta, delivered a speech with clear examples. The structure was easy to follow with a lot of expressions and a beautiful message. To make your speech even more impactful, I would encourage you to focus a little more on variety in vocal expressions. Using changes in pitch and pace can highlight your key points more effectively. All four speech evaluators gave balanced and insightful feedback, helping the speakers improve further. My TAL team, timer, language evaluator, and listener, performed their duties efficiently and kept the meeting sharp and educational. Our timer, Toastmaster Chaithra, helped speakers stay within their allotted time. Good time management is a key part of effective communication. Our language evaluator, Toastmaster Pareikh, you played a blended role of accounter, grammarian, and word master very efficiently. You listened carefully to our words, appreciated the good uses, and helped us refine our language. Our active listener, Toastmaster Kala, made sure we are all paying attention throughout the meeting and later tested us with some fun and tricky questions. There is a suggestion you could frame some questions from speeches also. Overall, it was a well planned, engaging, and inspiring meeting that reflected teamwork and enthusiasm, the true Toastmasters spirit. Thank you everyone for a delightful and learning filled meeting. With that, I conclude my role as a general evaluator and hand the control back to our Toastmaster of the day. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our general evaluator for an excellent evaluation of the entire meeting. And to conclude here, as we are moving in 2026, instead of adding more goals to your next year, let's discard and remove what no longer serves us, what's unnecessary and what is burdening you. Let's remove all your vestigial fears, habits, or beliefs in this year. And let 2026 be the year where we evolve not by adding, but by letting go. I wish your wisdom teeth stay silent, your appendix stay calm, and all your vestigial fears get discharged in the year 2026. So keep evolving, keep shining, and wishing you all a very happy new year ahead. Thank you so much, and back to you, presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day, to pick up such an interesting topic and make sure that we are leaving a vestigial thought behind in 2025. Endings are not bad things. It just means that something else is about to happen, and that will be a better version of ourselves. Because today we learn that what we don't want, we can leave it in this year and continue the new year without those thoughts and actions. It's surprising how we all know what we don't need, but taking action sometimes becomes difficult. New Year is a time when we can sit back, look back at the year, and decide what not to carry forward. Let me take a quick feedback since we had an educational session today. A quick feedback on how did you all feel about the educational session? This is something new that the Toastmaster International has introduced, and everyone who has to go through their projects have these series to be completed. Yes, does anyone want to share? Yes, Toastmaster Renu, do you want to share?
Yeah, sure, I would like to. Well, I think this series has become quite handy and helpful, especially for the new members. So at times they tend to forget or they don't know what all the roles are all about until they themselves have taken up those roles. So it was a very like an educational session and a very very clear and crisp information that was coming through during the session, which if grasped properly can really help them to navigate the roles during the meetings. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Yes, there was something for everybody. There was this newcomer who can get something from it, a person who is there in the meeting for a few meetings can get something from it. Yes, distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta, you want to speak?
Yeah, so this is something which is very new for people who have joined when pathways have been introduced, which is almost 5 years back. I think 2020 pathways was introduced. People who were Toastmasters before that, like Nitin and all, they would have seen this. But for most of us, this is very new. And I think, first of all, I must congratulate Nancy for taking the step and doing it, because a lot of people are hesitating in doing these education series projects because a lot of question mark is there. You know, what is the evaluation criteria? What is the time given for evaluation? How should I structure it? There's a lot of, unlike in case of pathways, where there's a lot of people that you can reach out to for advice and suggestions and guidance. For this, there is not many, because number one, what is happening is in India, most people that are there today, because we know that Toastmasters has a huge churn. In the last 1 year, in the last 5 years, we have lost almost 30,000 members, which means that people who were who were a part of Toastmaster before Pathways, most of them are not there. So people who know are not there to teach. People who are there, they don't know, right? So in this kind of a situation, it is very important that we all learn together. So I would request all of you, whenever there is an education series presentation, please try to attend the meeting if you have not done that particularly before, because you have to do it to complete your path. So it is very difficult for you to learn otherwise. So there are close to around 15 different projects. What Nancy did is just one of that 15. So you have to take it very seriously if you are planning to complete your education awards. So do attend these, and if it's not possible, at least go back and check the recording. These are not normal pathways projects. Remember that.
Thank you. So true, it is new, and as human beings, it's our tendency, if something is new, we shy away from it. And as you have rightly pointed out, this is something which we can't reach out to people to ask how it was done or what should I keep in mind. Whoever is taking it up first is someone who is actually breaking the path here for us. Next, whoever will be following, we have someone to follow. We can go back to the recordings and see what has been done. And definitely the evaluations will also help. So whoever does it second. Yes, and now we have the polls coming up. Please vote for your
The
favorite
votes are
role.
taken, Samita. Can I make you the co-host? Would you be able to see it?
Yes, you can do that.
Yeah. So you are the co-host now. You can see the poll results. There are 4 polls today.
Yes. Please send me the result.
Sorry,
Please send me the result.
I'll send it to you on WhatsApp.
Yeah, or you can send it in the chat.
Okay.
I'll take some time to figure it out. Yes, as I was saying, that the future will always belong to people who believe in the dreams that we all have. And it's never too late, because every single, not necessarily a new year, every single day that we get up is a place where we can dream and we can live the best life that we want for ourselves. With that, let's go back to who is the favorite speaker today? Any guesses? The favorite speaker today, the best speaker, is none other than Toastmaster Sunil. A big round of applause for Toastmaster Sunil for making us laugh and remembering Harishchandra. The best auxiliary road taker is Toastmaster Jai Pareikh. Congratulations. And best evaluator is Toastmaster Smruti Mohanty. We all went along with you in the plane that you took us today. And best role taker is none other than Archana. Toastmaster Archana, oh, good job done. We all will keep our bestial thoughts behind in 2025 because you reminded us to do so. With that, meeting number 27 comes to an end.